Good afternoon. I'm Tom Demmer, State Representative for the 90th District. I would describe to you what my district is, but that's part of the problem. The reason we're here today, it's very difficult to do that. I have parts of 4 counties. In some communities, my district line runs right down Main Street. One side of the road you're in, one side of the road you're out. It's very difficult for citizens to, especially when maps change, to understand who their newly elected officials are, understand where to go if they have a complaint to lodge. One of the biggest questions, I think the issue that's dominating discussion right now, and rightfully so, is the state budget impasse. And you're right to ask, how is this connected to the state budget impasse? And the question is very clear. It's accountability. So a large part of the reason that we're in the impasse we are today is that for years, elected officials have come to Springfield, voted on unbalanced budgets, voted to make promises of payments that we couldn't afford, and they pushed off those problems into the future, and then gone back home to a district that was safely drawn to protect their partisan advantage, and they've not had to face the accountability from voters that they rightfully should have. This issue is not, the state budget impasse we're currently facing is not 18 months in the making, it's not 2 years in the making, it's decades in the making. And for decades, we've seen a partisan control of the redistricting process. Both Republicans and Democrats have violated the public's trust and not made decisions that put voters first. Instead, they've protected incumbent legislators and made maps that are very difficult for anybody to operate within. I think it's very important that as legislators we speak up on this issue. We know that when we solve the problems of today, we have to move on to tomorrow. We know that if we don't make changes today, we're going to be dealing with the same issues time and time again down the road. You know, when we come down here to the General Assembly, a lot of times we're asked to vote on things that we don't know exactly how constituents in our districts feel about certain things. We don't have a clear indication of whether there's public support for things. We have to make our best, most informed estimate of that and cast our vote in their interest. On an issue like redistricting reform, the people have spoken loudly and clearly, time and time again. Voters want the ability to have fair, independent maps drawn. They want the ability to have competitive elections where they can ask candidate A and candidate B where their positions are and send the most effective representative to Springfield. This is something that we in the General Assembly need to empower voters to weigh in on, and that's why we're all united here today around this issue.